Wait a minute. What was the sponsor on that car? Hey, everybody, and welcome to Pit Stop Perspectives. I'm Trace Malden, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about some of the weird sponsors that NASCAR's had.
Everybody likes a winner, right?
Three wide finish.
That was old school ass whipping.
Boogity, boogity, boogity. Ooh, let's go racing today, boys.
NASCAR has always been known for their sponsors. Some of them have been great, and some of them have just been weird. On today's list, I'm going to give you my top 5 weird NASCAR sponsors. At number 5, we've got Kim Kardashian. At the 2010 Shelby American, Kim Kardashian, in partnership with Sephora, sponsored the number 36 of Mike Bliss. This sponsorship was a collaboration, again, between Kim Kardashian and Sephora to promote Kim Kardashian's new perfume line. On top of it being just a weird sponsorship for NASCAR, the design of the car was bad too. It looked like it could have been designed by a 4-year-old on Microsoft Paint. But the worst thing is, this is NASCAR. We smell like beer and gasoline. It doesn't really seem like the place to advertise a perfume. I can't imagine the sponsorship had very much success. But hey, maybe there's a bunch of NASCAR fans driving around smelling like Kim Kardashian. At number 4, we have Depins. That's right, adult diapers. Now, you may be thinking that Depin should have sponsored Tony Stewart. If you don't understand that joke, just look up Tony Stewart's 2004 win at Watkins Glen. Let's just say it was a crappy situation. But anyway, in 2013, Depin sponsored the number 42 of Juan Pablo Montoya. In an attempt to make adult diapers slightly less embarrassing, Depins had been going after football players like Wes Welker and DeMarcus Ware. But at Richmond that year, the company expanded into NASCAR, partnering with Target to take over Juan Pablo Montoya's number 42 Chevrolet. You're going to hear me say this a lot on this list, but I chuckle every time I think about race fans wearing merchandise that says Depends on it. It can help their image and make race fans more willing to maybe try their product. However, when it comes to putting the name on merchandise, it's just funny. And that's why they're going to be number 4 on my list. At number 3, we have Viagra. Obviously, everybody remembers Viagra sponsoring Mark Martin from 2001 to 2005. However, they also sponsored the 18 of Alex Tagliani in 2022 and the 27 of Mike Bliss in 2000. Yes, the same Mike Bliss who was sponsored by Kim Kardashian. My favorite thing about this sponsorship was with Mark Martin. Mark Martin was an aging driver at the time, and no doubt this sponsorship did not help that reputation. Again, I love thinking about the fans walking around with Viagra-themed shirts, or the kids who played with die casts that had Viagra on them. You can make a whole day out of looking up the old Viagra merchandise that came out with this car. The awesome thing about this is at the time, this was one of NASCAR's biggest sponsorship deals. And a lot of good actually came from this sponsorship. Pfizer, the company who manufactures Viagra, actually sent up tents at NASCAR tracks to screen for, not that, they screen for high cholesterol and high blood pressure and things like that, which is awesome. They may have actually saved lives because of this sponsorship. But it's still weird, and that's why it's number 3 on this list. At number 2, very similar, but also pretty different, we have Extends. Extends is another ED medication. However, it's a little more recreational. Let's just say this is the one you see in the sketchy gas station by the checkout counter. Extends sponsored Kevin Conway starting in 2010 in the 7, the 37, and the 34. NASCAR was initially hesitant to allow this sponsor into NASCAR. However, I guess money talks, and they eventually decided to allow them in. But because of the reputations of the two companies, I think Extends is just a little bit weirder than Viagra. And that's why they're going to be number 2 on the list. Finally, at number 1, we have Boudreaux's butt paste. That's right, butt paste. The Boudreaux sponsorship started in 2004, and they sponsored both the 04 of Kim Crosby and the 90 of Kevin Ray. Both of these drivers were lacking funding, and Boudreaux's had just enough funding to sponsor these drivers. giving the drivers opportunities and giving the brand a great deal of publicity, to say the least. Obviously, the unusual nature of this sponsor got the attention of race fans and media outlets, including ESPN and Oprah. Newspapers and television stations couldn't resist reporting on a story like this. Because of that, the company received massive exposure for months after the sponsorship was created. So obviously, it was a successful sponsorship. But it's butt paste. It's just weird. Imagine having that on a jacket. Imagine having that on a die cast. Again, it's just funny. And I just want to know how this sponsorship came about. Who approached who, and what was the other person's reaction to it. The drivers who drove these cars have really embraced it, and I've had a lot of fun with it throughout the years, and I love that. We've heard about drivers not being happy about sponsorships that were way better than this. So what do you think? Do you agree with my list? Let me know in the comments below. If there's one that you think is weirder, please let me know. I want to know about it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you check out my top 5 weirdest NASCAR paint schemes. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Make like Christopher and hit that bell so you can get notified on all of my latest NASCAR content. I appreciate you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next time.